We're back, bitches. Hey peeps, it's Perkling, and today we are back with Storytime Saturday, and oh my god, it has been a rough couple of weeks for this series. Now, let me just explain, because I know y'all coming at me with pitchforks and shit, but let me just explain something real quick. So, I've been having issues with every single visual novel that I've tried to play as of recently. I don't know why, but every single one decided it wanted to say, fuck you. I'm gonna give Doki Doki one more shot, and hopefully that'll work. And if it doesn't, then we're gonna say fuck it, and we're gonna switch over to a new visual novel, which shouldn't be that big of a difference, but we're gonna switch over to a new visual novel if I can't finish it. I really want to finish Doki Doki because I hear it's fucking crazy and everyone's talking about it and I can't be part of the conversation. But we'll play it if it'll let me. If it doesn't, fuck it. But that's not what's important. What is important is that today we are not playing Doki Doki Literature Club, but instead we are taking a quick break from all the other visual novels that I want to play, and we're gonna go back to an old classic that we did. Now, a year ago, when it was close to the New Year's time, I found a quaint little visual novel made by some Russian developers, and it was really fun. It was a cute, adorable, tiny story, but there were so many possibilities of where you could go with it that, you know, it made me want to come back to it. And since it is the New Year's theming, I decided we should come back to it because this is also a New Year's themed visual novels. And guys, I would like to welcome you back to Frosty Kiss. Yes, we are back here. We played this a year ago, which is crazy because that means also story times have been going on for about a year now, if that's not crazy already. But yeah, so I'm really excited to get back into this. It was just a short visual novel. Honestly, it fell perfectly in the 45-minute range, so this should probably be a perfectly fitting reintroduction to the new Storytime format. So I'm excited, really excited. Let's just jump right back into it, guys. Welcome back to Frosty Kiss. I wonder what is the spirit of New Year, and what is New Year itself? Just another time cycle, one of many, red letter day, or a much more alluring and mysterious event? If memory serves me right, the New Year was celebrated in even ancient Rome. Who knows, maybe even before that. But why is it a holiday? Why are people so excited about it? Everyone decorates the New Year's trees, dreams up various stories, and invites their friends. Simeon, there's a lot of free space behind it. What's the matter? Are you grudging the toys? Ah, Lena. So, I had to go back and rewatch a bit to refresh myself on some of the characters, because I remember we had one character in the end, and that was Lena. We had a good time talking with Lena. So, this time we're probably going to choose someone else, theoretically. But I'm excited to go through and find out what happens. So, we'll talk to them. Of course, we're gonna go through all the old stuff because I don't remember not a damn diddly dick of all the specifics of what happened. But it was a really fun novel. I do remember that. I had a good time playing it. So let's continue. Lena's voice made me snap out of my thoughts, and I found myself standing still, clutching a small glass statue of a snow maiden in my fidgeting hands. Yeah, I'm on it. Slavia, chop it smaller. We won't be able to eat this anyway. Juliana, cucumber should be over there. Have a look, please. All right. In a moment. Everyone around is busy with holiday duties. Even I, driven by the ambience, volunteered to bring and decorate a New Year's tree. Today is the 31st of December. We've reached an agreement to celebrate New Year's at Lena's. It just so happens that way, and it just happened that way. Anyway, it's not like we had any other option. Lena's place was the obvious choice, after all. Who would be pleased to celebrate New Year's in an untidy, dusty apartment like mine, or in a dormitory in which Salvia and Alyssa lived? Several hours left until New Year's, and the preparations are going all out. I was finishing decorating our New Year tree. Slavia, Yulana, and Lena were casting their spells on the festive meals. Meanwhile, Alyssa dashed to get the groceries as we were running out of ingredients in the last minute. Obviously, we were hoping that Zena and Masha would drop in, but but the evening was getting darker and the girls were nowhere to be seen. The front door slammed, allowing in the freezing fresh air that could be felt there, near the Christmas tree. Come get supplies! Having finally hung the glass statue of a branch, I came to Alyssa, judging by her voice, the supplies were pretty heavy. She stood there with her back against the wall, trying to catch her breath. Lena, couldn't you find an apartment even high? Lena, couldn't you find an apartment even higher? Whoa, sure it doesn't matter whether it's the second or the fifth floor, it's exhausting in any case. She shouted in the direction of the living room. Only muffled laughter echoed from there. What, you climbed the stairs while carrying all that? Can't you see? Why didn't you use the elevator? Alyssa stood up to me and glanced at me angrily. Being a smartass, the elevator already went up and I didn't want to wait. What you standing still for? Move this to the kitchen and stop making eyes at me. Alyssa has always been kind of a locomotive, and at the same time, an ignition spark in our company, just as Yulana. Their names are so Russian it hurts. Like, I'm reading back through this, their names are so Russian that it fucking hurts. It really does. Yulana, Alyssa, Alisa. Can I just call them all comrades? It'd be easier. If we were gathered up somewhere, it would definitely be their scheme. The bags appear to be really heavy, and when I tried to pick them up, I couldn't hold a cry of surprise. Oh, how feeble men are these days. Come on, let me help you. Together, we managed to get the large stretch due to the load bags to the couch. The lamentably creaked under their weight. What have you bought so much for? You'll thank me in the morning. Wow, girls, there are some firecrackers over here. Nosy Yulana had already peered inside a bag through a hole in its side, pulled out a long black box, yelling cheerfully, tearing the bag even harder. Oranges fell out and rolled all around the floor. Yulana? Having noticed the disaster she's done, Yulana gathered the fruits quickly and pretended to be a nice girl. The front door slammed again. Hi, everyone! And where have you been loitering about? Masha entered the living room wearing a dark dress and a rolled neck sweater that suited her perfectly. I remember I was interested in her. I don't know why, but I remember that I liked her, mostly because just the blue hair, I think. Are we gonna spend the first 2 years going after the blue hair girls? You're damn fucking right we are. I remember I was talking to her and I was like, damn, baby, I see you swagging over here, fuck you, man. But like, I think I ended up with Lena instead. But I'm like, this year, kind of want to put Medino somewhere else, if you know what I'm saying. Fuck you, me, you know what I'm saying? Let's go. I wasn't loitering anywhere. We recorded our song today, and I tell you girls, it's beautiful. So what's up? Got any news? Are there any more people coming? Because there are so few of us here. Oh, Simeon? Hi there, too. Even though there were only 6 of us, it was getting pretty crowded in Lena's one-room flat. What a beautiful Christmas tree you have. Is it real or fake? You know, we bought a fake one and it smells awful. Well, like plastic, you know? And here you have a real one. It's so cute. I adore real Christmas tree. Oh yeah, I remember she wouldn't shut the fuck up ever. When I was little, we used to decorate a real Christmas tree and we would even chew on the needles. And I also love Oliver salad too. Do you add pickles to it? My mother always does, but one of my friends doesn't. Somebody had to calm Masha's endless chatter, so I dared to chime in the conversation, or should I say monologue. So we are waiting for Xana. Help us sort out the stuff, will you? Okay. Oh, by the way, this evening Suddenly she went silent, pausing in mid-sentence. This evening you what? It's nothing. I remember this bitch is perplexing as well. Per-fucking plexing. TBH. I don't know why, but she was... It's like... It's crazy. I don't know why, but she is. But she did it. And it was odd. There we go. Oops. Adjusting mic in the middle of recording. Because professional. Fucking professional. Anyway. With a deal of commitment, Masha went about loading off the bag, sorting food on the table while leaving the rest of the stuff on the sofa. There was a strange, nearly forgotten feeling that had been haunting me restlessly throughout the whole holidays, as though I was 12 again, hurrying up to bed so that I would wake up early in the morning and open up gifts waiting for me under the New Year tree. And Masha's strange nothing only served to reinforce this feeling. I guess this is the first time in about 5 or 7 years that I find myself high in spirits on the eve of the new year. Today, I enjoy myself rather... Today, I enjoyed myself rather than stay buried like a mole within 4 walls, forcing my eyes not to miss the moment the clock in the corner of the screen marks the beginning of another cycle of the seasons. I couldn't tell the difference between. That was a very long-winded sentence. It's all thanks to the girls. It's been only a while since the day that we all met. Though up to now, we've been hanging out together and visiting each other pretty often, as if we were old friends. Well, perhaps it was the truth after all. But can we call everything that happened to us real? Or was it just bright and vivid dream of our company we shared? Though it mattered not now, the more important thing is the lessons that we've learned from this dream. The hand of the clock was approaching the 10 p.m. mark. Relentlessly, Lena and Salvia were having a chat and rattling dishes in the kitchen. Oil was sizzling on the pan and some meat was baking in the oven, filling the kitchen with an appetizing savor as the serving of the festive table was reaching its end. Lots of trumpery was hanging from each. Fuck out of here. Lots of trumpery was hanging from each and every corner. I reached garlands were winking with bright colors, and dolls' glassware was glistening from the branches of the New Year tree. The scent of the tangerine and pine needles served as a complement of the elevated atmosphere of the holiday, just like a good old days of childhood. I forget that the Russian is very, very, like, there. So, like, the English translating was not as clear and concise. But I remember, like, it had the tone and the feelings, but the English doesn't always match up. Which isn't a bad thing, honestly, if you ask me. I think it's alright. I also realized that I've been knocking my camera around like crazy because my chair is not correct. But I also can't really drop it anymore, and it's being kind of dumb, so fuck it. But yeah, I like it a lot. I forget what this button does. Oh, it just makes me go faster. Yulana and Alyssa ran outside, having a strong intention to try out the explosive contents of the bag that was filled to its limit. Masha was lying on the sofa and seemed to be falling asleep. I was sitting in an old, soft armchair, staring aimlessly at the TV screen, where a bunch of show business stars in brightly colored dresses, Hollywood smiles shining on their faces, were wishing their audience a happy new year. Though at that very moment, I had not the slightest intention to notice any of that historic behavior. All I wanted to see was a noisy celebration of holidays with cheerful people and their never-fading smiles. All I wanted to believe in, their countless wishes of happiness and health, and that everyone would undoubtedly come true, this time at least. My eyes accidentally caught a sight of some kind of little dark box lying on the floor. Yulana's firecrackers, and at the same time a mobile phone rang somewhere in the kitchen. You want me to drop them? Nah, climb up and take them by yourself. I won't drop them to you. What? Oh, okay. Simeo, go down and give those firecrackers to Yolana. She's left them somewhere in the room. Thoughts were moving slowly in my head as if my mind folded in some haze, and I didn't want to leave the soft, cozy armchair. Though, why don't I go out and breathe some fresh air? My stomach needs to take a break from those tempting smells anyway. Go down to... I could drop the firecrackers from the window, or I could go down to Ilana. You know, we could drop the firecrackers and just chill in the armchair. But at the same time, it's not the same once you've moved anyway. Part of me says it's just like we might as well go down and talk to Ilana, but... fuck it, let's talk to Ilana. Though it was too stuffy in the apartment, I'll go for a walk. I said to the girls in the kitchen and left the apartment shuffling on my coat. The street greeted me with noises from every corner. Someone was launching fireworks. Children were playing with peg tops, little toys that were spinning and launching sheaves of multicolored sparks. Oh, those motherfuckers. Yolana and Alyssa were setting up huge fireworks that she was probably equipped with at least 30 shots, as the box wasn't a small one. I'm afraid to imagine what cut of our budget was spent on this insanity. Got it? Instead of answering, I showed her the small box. Give it here! Yolana snatched the box out of my hand. Well, now we're gonna rock this night. She had a twinkle in her eyes, just like a small child. She was probably thinking of something to blow up the whole time. Why'd you buy them? You couldn't make it yourself. It isn't the first time for you, after all. If looks could kill, there'd be a small pile of ashes left under me. Alyssa incinerated with Alyssa's incinerating glare. You're such a jackass, Simeon. What's wrong? Victorious capitalism prevailed over the young chemist? Old habits still turned up in the worst time possible, and now I realize I unwillingly teased Alyssa. All right, I'm sorry. Don't blow up. Hands raised themselves in a reconciling gesture. Would you, for once, stop apologizing in an upcoming year? Maybe, just don't get mad at me. She just tiredly waved me aside and had a chilly shrug. And chilly shrugged? Yeah, English, not the best thing here. But she just tiredly waved at me and shrugged chillily. I'll say that, sure. I'm gonna get warm. Freeze yourself if you want to. My coat wasn't the most frost-proof one, which is why I started to freeze as soon as I left the porch and felt the first wind blast. Just as I wanted to go back to the apartment, I was cutely pulled by the sleeve. Hey, who's gonna launch the fireworks? And there's still some firecrackers left. Stay and launch the fireworks or go get warm. I mean, who don't like a redhead? I heard redheads all the fun. Fuck you mean? I mean, but then there's also like, as much as I don't like the cold, I like fireworks. So let's launch some fireworks. Perhaps I should stay. Alyssa, you can go back home while we prepare for the launch. I pointed my finger at the bag with fireworks cylinders sticking out of it. Well, so you are a numbskull after all. She snorted, turned around and expressively, and trudged back to the apartment. You got what you wanted. I'm a numbskull now? Yolana just giggled behind my back in response, and my neck was instantly bited by billions of tiny icicles. You redhead piece of... Without even turning around, I carefully drooped. Wait, what? And my neck was instantly bited by billions of icy needles. Oh, I get it. You redhead piece of... Without even turning around, I carefully drooped, trying to cover myself from the incoming snowballs with one hand, while scooping some snow and making a snowball with another. Hey, that's not fair! She didn't even let me turn around, aiming at my head and quite frequently hitting it. Will you stop already? Nope! She lost focus for just one moment, and after 2 life-saving jumps, I utilized the nearby bush's cover. The stern battle raged on. By dodging snowballs, I managed to warm myself up pretty nice. I no longer wished I had gone home with Alyssa. After another sharp hit to the bright down jacket, a stuffy voice could be heard from behind the tree. Hey, that's not fair. Go on, tell me I shouldn't have taken the dive. Of course you should have. She went out from behind the tree, snuffily looking at me with her arms akimbo. Her upset appearance was so funny that a smile appeared on my face. Quit sulking with me. Quit sulking with me. Got hit with a snowball. This isn't much of a deal. I got hit with a snowball. This isn't such a big deal. Alright, let's go launch some firecrackers. Her easily appeased temper could knock my socks off sometimes. Just a moment ago, she was burning me with an brazen expression, and now she's already suggesting screwing around. Let's go. So I guess we're not getting with the blue hair bitch this time. I already forgot her name. That's so bad. Whee! Yolanda quickly ran away from another aluminum tin can, which had a thin gray string of smoke coming out of its hole. In a second, an unlucky piece of aluminum was torn asunder with a sudden blast. Just like a kid. Even despite the fact that Yolanda was on her first year of studies at a university, her ways of entertainment couldn't be called ordinary. Judging by the other girls' stories, she was always screwing around, apparently. She even volunteered to be a camp leader. Yolanda as a camp leader. That image appeared in my mind instantaneously. Pioneer uniform, her strict force, lecturing ankle biters. I couldn't contain the laughter. What you laughing at? Nothing. Just thinking about why some individuals still enjoy playing with firecrackers. Yolanda gave me a surprised look. What's wrong? That's funny? Where's the fun in that? Just an explosion and the tin is torn apart. It's possible to hurt an eye with a splinter. Let's not do this again, okay? I'm worried. Yolanda waved her hands in protest. About yourself? About you as well. Well, if you worried about me, we wouldn't do this again. An explosion went off right behind her back. Alright? I frowned. Sometimes something should be done to bring that girl to her senses. Yeah, alright. That was the last one, I swear. I stretched out my hand and Yolanda sorrowfully unloaded the rest of her warheads in the palm of my hands. You are indeed boring. What are you gonna do with them? I was about to suggest something, but immediately reconsidered, because I had nothing to suggest. I couldn't even imagine what one could do outside winter besides wandering around between houses and the nearest mini-mart, and optionally, studies. Let's make a snowman? Elsa, I'm gonna need you to get the fuck out of my video. I gave her a condescending look. I'm still 10 years old for you. What's wrong with it? To me, it's fun. She silently sat on her hunkers. She silently sat on her hunkers and started to furl the soft snow. I was standing nearby and amusedly watched her attempts to make something round of a slush ball. Don't just stand here. Help me. Well, great. Really mature. Okay, we'll make a few balls, put it on top of each other. So what? Yolanda stood up and threw a serious look at me. Look, that's all. Everything. It's part of New Year's. The presents, the snow, the bell chimes, Father Frost. All of this is New Year. I don't get why you're such a dejected creature. What happened in your life that look like all the fun has been pumped out of you. The thing is, nothing happened, and that's why I'm like that. Hello, Jelaya. Wouldn't be a story time without Jelaya barking. I'm not sure if it was the truth or not, but somehow I really wanted to trust myself. That the reason for my passiveness, who was my style of life itself, not me, it's always pleasingly to know that someone else is responsible for your failures. Yolanda kicked the slush ball and it fell apart. She turned around and headed to the porch. I froze in place. Just a second ago, I was ready to leave myself, but now I felt extremely offended. Offended by myself. By being such a miserable toad, I can't even pretend I'm cheerful to not upset this girl. I felt some kind of unpleasant tight lump appear in my chest. If I managed to upset Yolanda, I really did something wrong, and this holiday to boot. Okay, I'm gonna go see what July's barking about. 'Twas my uncle. Nice, good times. It meant a lot for her. I couldn't have gotten these feelings. I could have not had these feelings, but for sure didn't have a desire to spoil it for someone. I sat down in front of a tumble down slush ball and tried to gather it into one piece. Somehow I managed to do it. Then I started rolling it on the ground, carefully straightening the sides. The slush ball was slowly turning into a sphere. So where are you? She turned around and saw me making circles around the quadrilateral. Quadrilangle? I don't know. What are you standing for? Come on, make a second one. Yolanda incredulously came closer and started to make a second ball, keeping an eye on me. She tried to roll it, but all of a sudden slipped and her face fell directly into the slush ball. Nice. When she got up, her appearance was so hilarious that I couldn't contain myself and burst into laughter. Funny as a crutch. But her face was a dead giveaway. In a second, she couldn't control herself and started laughing out loud. Then she made a snowball and threw it in my face. The snow got precisely in my mouth, which made the situation even more hilarious. Having finally stopped laughing, we continued to make a snowman, smiling from ear to ear. See? Don't be such a Debbie Downer, Solomon. Simeon, Simon, whatever the fuck your name is. Forgettable main character. And here it is, something made of 3 snow spheres, with hands that were supported by a fat pot belly standing before us. Instead of nose, the snowman had a branch and some random connellets ended up as his eyes. If only we had a carrot. That would be real classic. With a broom in a hand and a bucket on the head, to be precise. I was standing next to Yolanda and watching the snow miracle, and all of a sudden I felt so warm and cheerful, like going back to childhood when we were making and playing in the snow with my parents. Yolanda looked at me and I grabbed her hand. I just had a sudden desire to hold someone's hand. It was actually like childhood. The snow falling from the sky, the New Year tree lighting up outside the door, the snowman, someone's hand you can clasp. I checked the time. New Year's was at hand. I dragged Yolanda's attention to the fireworks. Let's launch them right at 12 o'clock. All right, she said and gave me a warm smile. The phone's clock was counting down to the last seconds of this strange, full of mysteries, losses, and discoveries, happy and sad moment year. Yolanda rose with a spring, pulling my sleeves. Is it time? It is. She took a match folder out of her pocket, ran up the artillery, which was armed and ready by that time. 5, 4. Yolanda was emblazing wicks after wicks, constantly squaring and breaking the matches. 3, 2. The last wick ignited, strewing the ground with sparks. 1. And precisely in the first second of New Year's above us, shined the bright lights that look like marvelous flowers. Red, green, golden, you name it. Look, look! She ran up to me, grabbed my hand and pointed at the sky. Although that was actually unnecessary, I was fascinated by the sight as well. What's so special about these lights and snowmen after all? Why exactly this day? Why do you wake up from that dream, dust off the fluff, lighten up your dust off the fluff, lighten up your soul? Watching Yulana, it became clear that I forced myself too deeply into the borders of dejection and loneliness I created for myself. So maybe it's time to break these borders and once again learn to enjoy the simplest things and being a child at least sometimes. A chime of bells echoed from someone's open windows. Yulana shouted Happy New Year's and suddenly kissed me right in the unshaven cheek. The same moment, she became extremely shy because her abrupt longing dropped her eyes and quit holding my hand. I'm sorry. What's wrong? Nothing. She went beet red, nearly matching the shade of cheeks her color. She went beet red, nearly matching the shade of her cheeks with the color of her hair. Her embarrassed look gave me warm feelings. I grabbed her hand and caught her by surprise. Hey, no biggie. I bent down, kissed her in the ear, and said, Happy New Year. And with that, so there you have it. Thanks for reading this short story. Yep, we are back to the end of Frosty Kiss, which honestly, like I said, it's pretty chill. This is actually even shorter than the last one. Who knew it could get shorter? Nonetheless, I still enjoyed it. Like I said, it's the love that's there, even though the English is not. I know the English is really bad in this visual novel out of all the ones that we've ever read, but this one's just, something about it is just really nice. You know what I'm saying? Like something about it just gives a homey feel, and I really do like it. I do enjoy it a lot. So, honestly, I'm happy with it. And with the snow falling on the main menu, I think I'm gonna say, guys, Happy New Year. I can't wait to see you guys in 2018. 2017 was a really good year for me, and I appreciate everyone who helped make it such. From the smallest person just kind of watches to my biggest supporters who are now giving bits to me on Twitch when I'm live streaming and such like that. I really do appreciate it. For those who are talking in the comments and saying good shit and telling me what they do and don't like, I really do like it. For those who have like helped me say, hey, you should make a new series based off of this, that, and the other, I do appreciate it. And for those who are helping me do things behind the scenes like scheduling and helping with fix audio and stuff like that, thank you. I appreciate it. It's making everything so much better, and I really do appreciate all the help that I've been getting and all the love that I've been getting. I can't wait for 2018 because I hope to do it even more better and make an even better year and even better content for you guys. So, all that being said, guys, this has been Percolating. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. I'll see you guys next year. Peace.